When will Bitcoin break below 25,000? If you are interested in this question, please follow me. Let's see the daily line of Bitcoin. We can find that Bitcoin is currently supporting around 25,000 US dollars. Growth, when will we break down? In fact, from the current market, we are obviously short. But when will we break down? And our breakout must be very, very critical and very important because we are in the upper range. He has accumulated too much and the distribution area is too large. If we make a break, we must see that a large amount of money can come out. Then we can say that the break is real. The credibility of the break is relatively high. Just like the quantity energy we have here before. If we can produce this level of quantity energy again, then we can say that we have fallen in this wave, and we have broken down in this wave. His credibility is very high. If we break down, it will take at least half a year for us to return to the top of 25,000. Because we are in the upper area, and the time we have been walking is really too long. If 25,000 is broken, then everything above those who buy the spot or those who are long will be trapped. After these people cut off their positions, the market will return to the top of 25,000. We have been on the top for a long, long time. So far, it has been close to half a year. If we want to set a time limit, Bitcoin must fall below this time point. If it exceeds this time point, it will gradually become unfavorable for bears. As you can see, the bulls had many chances before us. For example, when we rose this time, the bulls had the opportunity to break through the previous high to start our next market. After we adjusted, he had a second chance this time. Explosively. We also continue to oscillate. So in fact, after a long time of oscillating, the side that originally had an advantage will gradually become a little doubtful, and even go short later. In fact, it will have the same effect on the short side. It will fall below within a certain period of time. If we have not fallen below this time, it will actually become unfavorable for short sellers. We can catch it at this point. I think it will be about a month. The time at the top is 28,500 and we have walked for 55 days and 55 days. We have walked for about 20 days from the time we broke down until now. Or 17 or 18. In fact, there is a gap of about 1 month from the one above. So if we say that we pull back 1 month from the current point of time, then we will be before the beginning of October, that is, us. It is more reasonable to see him break 25,000 in September. If we judge according to the current market situation, it is more reasonable for us to break in September, or around the middle and late 10 days. Then if we reach the first 10 days of October, that is, around the time point of October 5th to October 10th, then our wave of short sellers will gradually turn into no advantage over short sellers. So we must be broken within this time period. In fact, we still have a very important time point, which is halving. Our halving is expected to be around April 2024. Before 2024. It means April in the middle and late months of the month. But now the speed of block production is accelerating. So basically the halving will be in the first 10 days of April or even the end of March. We can measure our current time. There are about 2 years before the halving. 108 days. If 208 days, subtract the time point we just added for about a month. In fact, he can also meet the requirements, right? Here, if we say that we break within a month, then we still have 209 minus 31, which means about 180 days or half a year, which is the same as what we just said. It is a consistent shock. After that, we will return to above 25,000 again during the halving period. If our price is not above 25,000 when the halving comes, or if we have not yet tested 25,000, then will we reduce it next time? It's hard to say about the half period. So I think that our above inferences and then combined with our next most anticipated halving cycle, the market time point, predicts that it is consistent. So we must break it in this wave. It must be at the end of September. It happened before. At least before the beginning of October. Otherwise the market will probably not go down sharply. It will continue to go up. For example, it will fluctuate, or it will go in other ways. It will not go down sharply. It will go down slowly. It is not good for the short position. So in fact, the short position has a time limit. That is, it must break through 25,000 within a month. And it is a bursting volume, just like the one we broke before. So we can observe our current market. In fact, I think it is extremely unfavorable for the bulls to go like this. For the bears, I think it is really an advantage. This kind of painting gate is traditionally called the painting gate. It rises rapidly and then falls rapidly. And it doesn't stop in the middle. There are many kinds of situations. Of course, this time we are driven by the news. But in fact, many times after we have plummeted, the dealer will let the market rise again to see if there are still people buying or not. Because the dealer, if it is distribution, he always hopes to sell the chips at a relatively high position, because he will make more profits. Then we can look for this specific situation. That is, after the dealer deliberately pulls the market. And then see if anyone buys. If you buy it and sell it to him, it's best if as many people buy it as possible, and then wait until no one really buys it, and then we'll smash the market. Like we were at the position before 519. The market he's going is what we just said. After the plunge, the dealer pulled the market to see if anyone buys. Someone buys and sells for you? And someone buys or sells for you, and the range of this pull will be relatively high. He rebounded to the position of 618. The first banker pulls the market. The second is that many retail investors really chased in. He really chased in and bought it. After the dealer threw all the chips to the retail investors. Well, after the distribution, it can be blasted, but I don't think this is the case with our current market. If our current market rise is followed by an immediate decline, it means that no one will chase us even if we rise. If there are people chasing more, then the market can at least last for a period of time before falling at a relatively high position. However, you can find that the market that happened after us did not have any stagnation time at all. And there was a sharp drop, which can also prove that we are in the market at the top. That is, at the position above 28,500 US dollars, the lock-in is very strong. Or in other words, the lock-in above 28,500 US dollars, their desire to unwind is very strong. And they will meet when the price just touches the bottom line. With such a big selling pressure and such a big selling order, there is absolutely no demand for this position. If there is a demand, we can at least oscillate at the top for a while, and it won't fall back immediately. If we cut it to 1 hour, I'm sorry, we will cut it. In 4 hours, we can also find that the current disk is at about 26,450 US dollars. He has a swap that has clearly formed the effect of resistance. There is resistance in this place before, and there is resistance here. Then when we rebounded and tested later, he also produced resistance. So to sum up, I think the current market is extremely unfavorable to the bulls. I even think that there is a possibility of a sharp drop at any time. And there is a possibility of bursting to 25,000 at any time. But we have a time limit, and we must do it within a month. Exploding 25,000, otherwise the advantage of short positions will disappear slowly. Let's take a look at Ethereum. In fact, if you want to short Ethereum, I think it is a better choice than Bitcoin. It is a better choice. Why? Let's look at first week to test the trend line. Bitcoin has broken, but Ethereum has not risen because of Ethereum. He is ahead of Bitcoin because we have an upgraded bullishness before the current disk, seeing that we have a very clear swap at the position of about 1,700 US dollars above. If we want to go short, especially in the short game of this trend, we can consider placing the stop loss before this short position. High insurance. If the previous high is not there, at least we can place it a little above the resistance of the white line and the white horizontal line. If you want to participate in these trading opportunities, you are welcome to click on the Bybit link at the bottom of the video. Now only KYC is required if you deposit $100. You will be given a $1,000 worth of Bitcoin contract positions immediately, and this is a real contract position. That is, as long as you make money, you can withdraw the coins directly, and it doesn't matter if you owe it. Because this is a gift position. Thank you very much. Everyone is very welcome. You can help me like the video, subscribe and share. Turning on the little bell is the biggest support for me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.